Youth Connect Africa. This is a continental initiative that aims at accelerating the implementation of 2063 agenda by connecting the African youth for socio-economic development. Youth Connect was started here in Rwanda by the government of Rwanda with its partners, and in 2012 it was officially launched by His Excellency Paul Kagame. Today, Youth Connect has expanded. It's no longer Youth Connect Rwanda. It has turned into Youth Connect Africa Summit. Now, it has been adopted by 33 African nations, where the Kingdom of Lesotho is the recent adopter of Youth Connect Africa. Today, we're here at KCC. It is its 7th summit where various African youth are meeting for discussions, for sharing ideas on what they can do so that they can contribute to the socio-economic development of the African nations.
When you travel across Africa from Rwanda, where I was born and raised from, you will find that we have the abundance of young people who have a skills, who have a potential, who have a creativity, but you will find them unemployed. But at the same time, companies are always, facing the issue of talent shortages, and then you find that now there is an opportunity in between to build something which is a bridge to connect both parties, both companies and the talents, and then you get them to jobs and projects. And we are glad that in the period of only 3 years, we have already helped over 1,000 people to find jobs and projects from our platform. Definitely. So as a company, when you are building, you are solving a problem like unemployment, the one we are solving, you need to scale it. And many people are under really unemployment situations. They need you. And then you find that as a company, you don't have those enough resources to help them. But when your problem is over, you go around and find the solution as well so that you can scale. For the young people, we still have even many job opportunities that we get from these partner companies and organizations. But young people are not ready. They are not job ready, and some of them lack some specific skills in their respective careers or fields, and then you find them still struggling. But as I mentioned, we are trying to walk the journey together with these young people so that we can help them as we go on. The solution has to be a big collaboration with young innovators like what we are doing at Murava, with these big institutions which have resources, access to further partnerships, etc. That's the solution, just to work together with big organizations so that you can access resources in terms of capacity, funding, etc. And for us, our vision next 10 years, we wanted to have over 20,000 people who found the job opportunities from Murava, and then we will continue scaling it across the world.
When I was too young, I didn't get that guidance, like the mentorship that I required for me to be able to choose the right career. It's just one of those where you just pick subjects from primary school, high school, then now you're in your career without getting actually guidance from some people who have walked the path before. So when you're sitting down with my friend Desire and discussing about it, then you discover that we could start something so that the younger generation that are coming after us will not face the same challenges that we faced. Currently, we are still based in Zimbabwe, but we're looking forward to expanding to Eastern and Southern Africa. I'm glad to say that we've impacted more than 4,000 students with career guidance, and we follow up on these students. So we host career days, and when we host career days, we connect them with young professionals and maybe students who are already in tertiary. Then they get our one-on-one mentorship, sometimes it's group mentorship, and we usually follow up with them to see what they're doing, how they're doing, and what they're learning, the challenge they're facing, and how we can assist them. Then we also have some revision classes where we have examination classes come together. We give them resources to be able to do their revisions for them to prepare for the exams. So we've impacted more than 4,000 high school students. So we're actually looking forward to getting into Eastern and Southern Africa in the next 2 years, right? And we cannot do this alone. We can only do this when we collaborate with other organizations, because there are other youth-led organizations that we can work with. They might not necessarily be doing the same work that we do, but imagine, since you're doing career guidance and mentorship, and we get organizations in the engineering sector, we get organizations in the social innovation sector, we get organizations in the medical field, we also get companies in the other fields, business fields, and we collaborate and we work together. We can come together with something, and maybe in the next 5 years, like you said, would have covered at least half of Africa, because so far our vision is to cover Eastern and Southern Africa. But at least if we cover half of Africa in the next 5 years, that will be a win for us.
when we were starting out Smagris, that was in 2019, we used to do a lot of outreaches in the ghettos of Kampala, basically the Chikubamtwe ghetto. So the biggest number of these people, what they deal in is arts and crafts. But their biggest problem is that they don't have the market and they don't have the right materials to do standard goods. So that is why we picked interest, because you find that the biggest number of people that are upcoming in Uganda, they are living in the ghettos. And their livelihoods are dwelling on the arts and crafts. That is what they use as income to drive their livelihoods. That is why we started this initiative, to be able to support people, because when you go to these ghettos, you find single mothers, young women, you will find youth, you'll find refugees, and all of these are doing things that are dealing in arts and crafts for their livelihoods. So we started this initiative to be able to help them up their game in the arts and creative economy sector, and then also try to get market for them. Yeah, when you look at some of the products that we are having, like when you see the banana fiber, you find that the biggest thing Ugandans are farming is actually bananas, and they use the fiber to do some of the products that we are selling. So we chose to integrate because one can act as a raw material for the arts industry. So urban agriculture is also something that ghetto people are taking on, farming in small spaces. So some of the raw materials that come from the agriculture are actually what we are using for the arts. Because when you look at, when you say agriculture, we also talk about rearing. So when you look at other products, like now these are cow horn products. So we are using agriculture to get the raw materials to do the arts and crafts that we are also selling to make money. Yes, when we started out, we started in 2019. We started as youth who were just from the university. We started with about a group of 200 youth, and then moved to over 50 community-based groups. Then around outside Uganda, we connected with 20 community groups that were outside Uganda. So basically right now we have a database of about 1,700. But the idea, yeah, we have from Uganda, Somalia, and Burundi. So the idea is to enroll individuals from all over Africa, so we can have a one-stop market for African-made crafts from Uganda, Lesotho, Chad, Mali, wherever the case may be.
I do take care of the cows of Bigogwe, and I have developed tourism related to cows, and now Bigogwe is one of the tourism destination in Rwanda, where if you want to see more authentic and scenic, beautiful place, you can visit Bigogwe. Our tourism initiative is now contributing much to local people. Some of them have gotten a job from my initiative. Now some are guides, others are performers, others are dancers, others are, even motorists, they take visitors to my farms because of me, and even more. Also, for our country, we have added Bigogwe to as another tourism destination to Rwandan tourism. So people now, they have to stay long in Rwanda than they used to be before. If you can stay like 2 days in Bigogwe and then you stay another days in other places, now we are hosting people, and then they spend much time in our country. My youth in Africa or people in Rwanda, I can wish them to start from what they have, from the resources they have. You don't need much capital to start. You don't have to be more professional or have much more degrees to start. You can start with what you have and where you are. You don't need to come to city to start. Just see what around you and then start with that. Also believe in yourself and just start. The beginning is the difficult phase. So if you don't start, then you will not be where you wish to be. So for me, start with what you have and then start now, not tomorrow.
So that's why I've also attended this, so that after I go back, I will also have to go around, gather youth, so that I may tell them what I have learned here. And I know through this, we are going to actually have capacity building with the youth, and also come together so that we may also employ new things and new learning things that we are getting from the conference that is going on currently here. And through that, everything we learn here, we also put them to test, because I write the notes, I take the notes, and when I go back to Taita Taveta, or I go back to Kenya, we'll have to go around the country also, telling the youth what we have learned, so that we may not only have written it, but also emulate what we have been told and put it to practice. Yes, absolutely, I have vision, and that's why even I have also been allowed to be here, because me too, I also have a vision that when I become maybe the leader in the parliamentary group, or the leader in the county assembly, I may be also want to raise the younger ones that will be coming, because as I grow, so that the young leaders will be coming. I'll also be teaching them through what we have had here, and what are the qualities of a leadership, or what are the qualities of a young leader who wants to grow and be a successful leader in the future.